Did I already ask you if you enjoy getting hit on by other people besides me? Is that part of...
a really interesting question.
You gotta make sure you talk louder into the mic. Do you need to move it over?
Maybe, kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of not.
I thought we did. We talked about you getting hit on.
Oh yeah, we talked about me getting hit on in Starbucks and being like thrilled with myself, like really, really, really excited about it. But that was also, I think, maybe I had a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old at the time, and I didn't feel like I was like capable of being hit on. And then for someone to be like, "Yeah, do you want to go out?" I was like, "What?" Me?
Yeah. I will blow you in the parking lot, sir.
I'll report back to my husband. No, it was a guy.
Welcome to the podcast. We are filming at night and we are drinking. So
yes, the first drinking podcast. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time. Sorry for imaginary blowjobs in parking lots. That doesn't happen often here.
Was it imaginary?
I assure you.
And I'm grilling you. Yeah,
Nobody gets pregnant that way. What?
There's that old joke of like what would one sperm say to the other or something like that, like, "We're almost there, boys, we just passed the tonsils," or something. Butchered it, but it's something like that. It's some witty blowjob joke.
Someone's gonna be incensed in the comments. They'll be like,
"No,
you ruined that joke."
I'm the creator of that joke.
I went viral on TikTok with that joke. Made it all the way to your boomer husband, and he ruined it.
I'm not a boomer.
Sorry.
I'm an exennial, according to Nate Bargatze. And remember, in his, we're kind of like in our own little in between Gen X and millennials. They're called exennials or something like that.
They also call you the lucky ones.
The lucky ones, yeah. It is interesting, yeah, because we did like I had an analog childhood and a digital adulthood. Like I still remember the early days of AOL and going on chat rooms, and like it was like a legit way to meet girls back in the day. You would go into like whatever city you lived in, you go into that city's chat room and there'd be like 20 of them, and you find one that's not full. You hop in and then you just watch people chat, and then when you find somebody like interesting in the chat, you like, you know, or I don't know if it was called instant message or direct message or what it was, like a private message, and you just ASL, age, sex, location, and then they'd write back like 19, you know, so whatever. I don't know if you could do that now with no, it's not sex, it's gender. Gender is a him and her stuff, right?
Yes.
Sex is not.
Yeah, I don't know none of those questions are appropriate to ask someone now.
Even location.
Even location.
Age, not telling you. Location, not telling you.
Why didn't you ask me my height?
Yeah.
Creeper.
But yeah, we used to do that all the time. The funniest story, I was on the Air Force Base, you know, in my younger days, you know, I would,
sweeping the floors.
Yeah, no, you know, just a young airman in the dorms way back when. And, it was like the final days of AOL Instant Messenger. Have I told you the story before?
Yeah, but it's a pretty good story.
Okay. Where, I was talking to like usually when you talk, so on AOL Instant Messenger, you'd have like 6 windows open, like 6 private messages open, and there'd be like the 6 different people you were talking to. And if the person didn't have a picture, I'm sure hopefully everybody watching this is a little bit older like me and remembers AOL and remembers all this dilemma of who you talk to, who's got a picture, you know, and that it was like safe to meet up back then too. It wasn't like it was weird, like you just like, hey, let's meet at this place, you know. Yeah. So anyway, I remember I was in the dorm. I was chatting with about 6, 7 different girls, and then one girl's kind of ignoring, and because she didn't have a picture, and I was snotting as a little kid. I'm like, you don't have a picture, you know.
Gotta see the goods before I give you attention like a human.
Before this comes after you.
I feel like Tinder is not that different. People with like fewer pictures.
It was much more innocent back then. When I'm telling the story, it was much more innocent than what Tinder is now. That is 100% for sure.
Literally, the pretense is like, I'm going to get to know you.
Yeah, you like, got to know them.
What do we have in common?
Well, so when I'm talking to these people, we used to call, I guess a common term is sweet mate, the person you share a bathroom with. Yeah. But in the military, we always call them piss mates. Share a toilet with them. So he comes over, he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm chatting with babes, like Napoleon Dynamite's brother or whatever. Chatting with babes online. Just
juggling hotties.
So I'm showing him how it works, because he was like from Louisiana, like just straight Cajun. Like he always said what time it is, not what time is it. That's how he talked. Good dude, but he's like, I didn't know how all that stuff works. So I'm showing him. And so finally I'm saying, oh, this. And I said, this girl, I'm just talking to her a little bit, but she doesn't have a picture. She works on base though. She works at the visitor center, visitor centers where they let you get like passes to get on base. Yeah. And he goes, is she civilian or military? And I'm like, I don't know. He goes, ask her. So I'm like, okay. Typed in, hey, are you civilian or military? I'm civilian. And he like starts to freak out. He's like, oh my God. Okay, ask her this. Is she the only civilian that works in there? And I'm like, what are you getting at? He's like, just ask her. She's the only civilian that works in there. Hey, are you the only civilian that works in the, and she knew I lived on base, Mm-hmm. And are you the only civilian that works in the visitor center? And she's just like, yep. And then he just grabs me. He's like, bro, she's the hottest girl I've ever seen in my life. You're actually talking to her right now? I go, I guess so. Yeah, that's what she says. And so like immediately when he says like she's super hot, and I trusted him.
You got yourself a unicorn, bro.
I clicked out all the windows. And I remember her telling me afterwards, she goes, yeah, I noticed you started talking to me like after an hour of talking like back and forth. Yes. Like I got really interested. But I dated her for a while. It's a goofy story how
you did like a modified like Kevin from The Office, like ask her. Ask her, is she? Did she go to the sperm bank on West 5th Street? That's the greatest joke on The Office that got cut out. So much. That is the greatest. For the Office fans out there, that joke, it got cut out of The Office, but it was when Jan went to the sperm bank to get pregnant. She wants to have a baby. She goes to sperm bank, gets pregnant, and Kevin asks her, which one did you go to? And she's like, oh, it's really it's exclusive, you wouldn't know where it is. And he's like, is it the one behind the Arby's? Or whatever he said. And then she just gets really silent, and then he gets silent. If you ever need a sibling for your kid, just let me know. Such a good joke. But I think it got cut out because Steve Carell just busted out laughing. He had a mouthful of cake. If you go on the Office outtakes on YouTube for all the seasons, you can find it. It's on one of the middle seasons or whatever. And Steve Carell almost chokes on cake when he says that. So maybe that's why I didn't put it in. But maybe that's so unfortunate. I thought it was like too racy or something.
I don't know, but it was.
But that's a classic joke. Yes. It's really good. His delivery is so good.
Yeah, so that girl on base, she ended up breaking up with me because I was too lazy to buy condoms.
Oh no!
Yeah. I was a 19-year-old kid.
Little boys at home not little. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Young gentlemen of age for sexual relations.
Always go out and get the condoms. For goodness
sakes, get condoms. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter what time of day or night. I just got
back from work. I was hot, sweaty, in bed. Like I was just like, and then. Her dad was like retired, like one of the hot shots on base. And then she's like, just go to the commissary and get condoms or whatever. I'm like, I'm tired. I'm like, will you go? Stupid. And she's like, my dad is known on this base. Like, she's
like, I really do want it to get back to my dad that I bought. Magnum.
Yeah. Thanks, baby. Yeah, so that
was anything bigger than this.
That was one instance of me being a stupid young kid. Really
great. I never got all the details of that story. That's excellent.
Yeah.
The chat rooms that I that I grew up with, like the chat rooms of my awareness were already like catfish filled. Like you already, by the time I was into it, knew like, oh, this person says they're 16, but they're 52 and a dude. This girl Jessica likes unicorns too, but I know it's a dude.
Did you actually go in chat rooms?
My voice just like broke.
That, if anybody heard that, that was our dog on the couch sleeping.
Pup.
Yeah. That wakes me up every night when she does, shakes her head. Just waiting. Like,
oh, she's the best girl.
Yeah. I lie awake waiting for that. Almost like a half asleep. I'm just waiting for her to go.
You said you woke up the other night and I heard you yell her name.
Yeah. Because I thought she was pissing on the floor.
But it was actually just my white noise, my deafening white noise.
Yeah, it was your thunderstorm white noise making the rain sound. And I'm like, Daisy. Yeah. And I'm like waking up, and then she finally comes around the corner. She's like, what?
Why would you yell at me?
Yeah. And then I run down and take her out. She doesn't do anything. I look around. There's no pee. And then I listen to your white noise. I'm like,
oh, it was a stream. I get it. Jesus. A watery stream.
Yeah. Yeah. So
those sound effects, am I right?
Yeah.
So realistic.
What were your chat rooms? Were they Yahoo chat rooms? Were they AOL? What were they?
I guess they were Yahoo. I don't know. I was into like the I feel embarrassed. I'm already blushing to talk about this. But
talk about it.
No, I'm gonna get really embarrassed about this.
All right.
I already I have a thing that I'm into. I have a fetish. If people don't know, or I probably don't. I've never talked about it.
You've talked about it.
Maybe a little. I don't even know, a little bit on the podcast. Like probably
on your Q&As, you've talked about this fetish. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So I already as a teenager was interested in BHM. It's called Big Handsome Man. Am I doing it?
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, so I already was searching out the early-ish days of FetLife, which is a fetish community. People probably know.
Well, explain it. You're not explaining it, right? What kind of guys did you like, and do you like
gainer guys?
What's a gainer guy?
Guys looking to actively overeat and gain weight. And it's if you're into bigger girls, it's BBW, Big Beautiful Woman, or BHM is what I was searching for. Big Handsome Man.
How young were you?
Very awkward right now.
How young were you when you first started, when you went online and you're like, oh, maybe I can look up BHM?
Probably 15 maybe.
Yeah?
Yeah, 15. And they were people would write stories with different scenarios about why the guy was gaining weight or what was happening or how he had overindulged. And so I think those communities were starting to have chat rooms.
Really?
But I remember reading the stories from those pages, but I just remember having just normal teenager interactions in chat rooms. Oh, do you want a cyber? And then everyone's oh, oh my goodness.
Cyber. Did you ever cyber with?
I did cyber.
You did with somebody that was claiming to be a BHM?
No, not with anyone that was claiming to be a BHM.
Oh, okay.
It was people that, I don't know,
yeah,
claimed to also be into Harry Potter or whatever. Oh, you're 16. I'm 16 too. I love Harry Potter.
So you had cyber sex with a 52-year-old bookworm.
I can confirm that is the truth.
That's hilarious. I had a girl that wanted me to be in a porn once, and she was smoking hot.
What?
Smoking hot. Brunette
What?
girl, yeah. And I was just one of her friends had to be there to film, a dude.
Did this happen from a chat room?
Yeah, from an AOL chat room. She was looking for, I was a young, strapping, decent looking dude.
That could have been legit at that point in time, maybe.
Possibly.
Right now, you'd be they're going to murder you. That's not.
No, even at that time, that's what went through my mind. I should post a picture. Yeah, the last, when I edited the part of the last podcast, I threw the video, and I don't know if anybody saw, I threw in the video of you walking at Universal Studios with all the bags and stuff like that. Maybe I should throw in a picture of what I look like 20 some years ago.
You should.
But even then, I was fit. And
Mr. Syke loves to show a picture of what he looked like 20 years ago, by the way.
Yeah, before she did this to me. Before she turned me into a BHM, her BHM.
I feel like that's unfair.
Oh, it's very fair. That's your fault.
I feel like that's unfair, but yet it's correct. Oh, sorry.
What are you drinking over there?
Rosé all day. So embarrassing.
Such a white girl.
I do usually drink bourbon, but yeah.
It's a long day. We had a long day today.
Yeah, we did.
We shot a video for we're like almost like a little production company over here. We had a friend come over that's in the finance business, and shot a promotional video for her so she can send it out to all her clients and raise money and do that.
Yeah.
Little did she know, or little did those clients know, that it's filmed in a room where you film all your OnlyFans content.
Zip the lip just in case. Just in case anyone makes it seems impossible that anyone would.
Come on.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
I know. And before that, we had filmed a YouTube video.
Yep. Filmed a YouTube video and put it up in the same day.
I know.
The tummy tracing one.
It was a rush. I was very rushed.
You know what's? I was just modding your comments and somebody. Oh no, it was somebody that watched the. You'll have to show it. You have to see. Or did you see it? The one that goes.
Yeah, I saw it too.
What was it?
I was just replying over to people.
What did he say? Oh no, I know.
It's weird because I know him.
Yeah, it's weird because I know him from the podcast. And
I was awesome. I'm so flattered and grateful that they watch the podcast.
Yeah.
If you're watching right now, thank you. You're awesome.
Which camera did you look in?
I don't know, the wide shot.
Oh,
long shot.
Nice. I'll have to remember that.
You won't remember that.
No.
Whatchamacallit? I had so much I wanted to talk to you about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a big day today.
What else did we do?
Deep cleaned a hamster's cage.
Yeah, that was fun.
Went to the bank.
Yep.
Played outside for a long time.
Got a massage.
You got a massage.
I got a massage.
I know. I edited the video and rushed and got the kids from school.
Yeah. It was a busy day. I don't think people realize when, I mean, there's people out there that don't have families. I remember we had some friends come into town and they showed us, like, one's an assistant principal and he's, middle management at some company or whatever. Mm-hmm. But they showed us, this is kind of before you were starting all this, and they showed us their app that they use to keep track of family life, like where they have to be at what times. And I was tired just reading it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, gotta go to the, obviously she's at school all day. And then it seemed like she had 9 functions at the school at different times. She couldn't just stay there and let's drive this kid here, do this. And I'm just like.
The kids are like in competitive gymnastics. And so, but their meets or practices or something doesn't line up. And and we're like, well, that's absurd.
Yeah.
We have 2 kids as well. We'll never be like that. And we are that busy now. Yeah. But not as organized.
No, not nearly as organized.
Not remotely as organized.
We literally filmed a YouTube video and put it out today.
Yeah.
And it was good. It's doing pretty well up there.
I know. It's
good
a nice
for you.
Video.
Good for you.
Thank you. No, it's good. It's a lot. Yeah. It's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of exhausting just always being in the house. Like, I notice if I go out or like I take the kids to the park or we want to hike, I feel like so much, more refreshed. But when I'm at home, especially once I get the kids to bed, I'm like, man, there are 500,000 things I should do right now. I should update my Spotify audio and I should do this and that. And
sometimes you're just exhausted. Just like, it can wait. Like, everything doesn't have to be perfect. I like the point. Your nipples are. You have a bra because everybody complains about your.
People are terribly upset about.
And your nipples are still doing that through a bra.
I took a picture and then I was embarrassed to post it. I took a picture. I had a bra, a t-shirt, a sweatshirt. I'm not joking. 3 thick layers of fabric. You could still plainly see my nipples. I wanted so badly to be like, Y'all just need to.
Yeah, it's not cold in my room. It's just me. Everyone's like, is it cold in that room? Is it cold?
I did go through the comments. I'm always like, I don't read the comments. Yeah. I do. I answer everyone if I can. But I read one today that was like, do they ever get soft?
Yeah.
I'm like, no. They don't. Yeah, I have a full coverage bra, so yeah. I am sorry.
Whatever. One thing that's getting me lately, and I never had this until we moved to where we moved to, allergies. Mm-hmm. It's insane. I used to have a girlfriend that used to do like this weird. She used to go, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what? In the morning, she'd be like, she's like, I'm itching my throat. I'm like, what do you mean you're itching your throat? What? She's like, it's allergies. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, you're itching your throat? Like, I don't get it. And she's like, yeah, your throat itches, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh. And I just think people are so weird. You know, my dad would blow his nose. Yeah. People's eyes would water. And then we moved here, and I remember I went to the doctor, mm-hmm. right? Because I was like having like things go wrong. I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
You thought you were dying.
oh yeah. Oh, I was on WebMD. Yeah. I'm like, well, guys, it's been a fun run. It's all over. Yeah, you know. And so I
don't have my will in order because I'm very disorganized. But I'm sure gonna miss you guys.
So I went to the doctor, and I'm like, you know, doc, I don't feel 100%. I'm getting headaches. You know, I'm like, my voice is all scratchy. And she's just like, all she did was like, look around. And she goes, yeah, you have something called post-nasal drip. I'm like, I'm convinced I'm dying. I'm just like, you're going to need to go see the oncologist. You know, I'm just waiting for her to say all this.
Post-nasal drip, PND. That sounds terrible.
PND, what? And then she goes, yeah, just take some Allegra. I took Allegra and I started walking like fucking John Travolta and, Saturday Night Fever or whatever the movie is, doing the disco. I was doing the disco dance. I felt like the world was mine. Like it was like the commercials, like some lady out gardening, sniffling, and everything's gray. And then she takes an Allegra and then all of a sudden she's banging the neighbor or whatever she did.
Oh my God. I haven't seen that commercial yet.
It's very exclusive to certain channels.
Late at night.
Yeah. But that's what it felt like. And some people use different stuff. Like, I swear by Allegra. Mm-hmm. Some people are like, nope, it's Zyrtec, or nope, it's Claritin, and other people's like, I use local honey. And I'm like, all right, well, I don't. The honey's probably not local as people think. Like,
probably.
I
don't know. People swear by it.
Yeah.
I feel like you have a niche market. I truly feel, I'm just going to slide this one in, move on. That's what he said. That's not what he said. Almost. I almost got it. I feel like you could write and produce explicit commercials and they would be a huge hit.
Oh, really?
You have the best, just one-off, sexy ideas.
Mm.
Really.
Where could we put those commercials on?
I don't know. There's no platform.
There's a great commercial. I don't know, the Saturday Night Live commercial.
The Zillow one?
No. That one was good. No, it was the one where it's a pill that goes in your butt. Adam Sandler's in it, and it's like a butt plug, but they're like, no, it's medicine, and it's even got the little string to retrieve it, and it's dishwasher safe. Yeah, look it up if anybody wants to after they watch the rest of this podcast. It's like called like something butt tricks or Centrix or whatever, but yeah, and it's just these old people saying it's my medication, and the young kids are like, no, it's a butt plug. It's so great. But,
I want to watch that right now.
Yeah, I would produce any naughty commercials. That would be my dream.
Maybe you should be a writer for SNL. Maybe
yeah, right.
You should move.
I swear to you, that would be, if you ask me like dream jobs of like when not just talking like pay or whatever, like obviously a dream job, like a professional golfer would be my, like, I get to golf every day, not pay for anything, make millions of dollars.
Bang a bunch of hot chicks.
Yes, if a professional golfer, but I'm just going like, just like maybe not I'm married with kids, but if in my single days, SNL comedy writer, like staying up late, writing the skits, busting your ass for however many days, and then the show, then the party afterwards. And to me, that is, I know like probably a lot of them do it. And after like 4 or 5 years, it's like, I just can't wait to get out of this. Like I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, that would be so fun. So fun. But I don't have the skill or the humor to do that.
I don't have the technology.
That's why it's called a dream job. What's your dream job?
No, that's so interesting. I don't know. I really don't know. I just like making things with my hands. I would just like to just make artwork all day.
You are so boring sometimes. You're so boring.
How dare you? I'm so quiet. I would like to just have like a quiet
Maddy,
life.
what is your dream job? An Etsy store?
Don't call me boring. Come on, man. No. One of our neighbors, we were doing the like, what would you do if you had endless money game? And
two chicks at the same
time. And I would want to take like an Angelina Jolie path, like adopt as many children as possible, make a super happy home and a good life for them, and then also like have a nanny and do all these
do all the things for the kids that you run.
Do all these like humanitarian things and act when I feel like it. Yeah. Angelina Jolie, that's my dream job.
Just Angelina Jolie, that's my job. That's my dream job.
Can I choose that?
Yeah. Does that mean I get to be married to Angelina Jolie?
Yes.
Then all right. No,
you do. My lips will become more full.
Angelina Jolie's pretty and she's talented, really talented.
She's beautiful.
Yeah. I'd still rather be married to you over her, though. Oh. When I say that, honestly.
Well, you have to say that because you're looking at me in my eyes.
Nope. I'd be you. Who's your current like kind of dream? Like, who would you have sex with right now? If like, oh yeah, you can just go and pick any person and it's all right with me. Go ahead and do it.
Margot Robbie.
All right. All right. Which guy would you choose?
Adam Richman when he's like binge eating. not
yeah, you used to throw on Man versus Food like it was like church on Sundays.
I did. I was hurt like when he left and then got in shape.
He goes back and forth now. He was on the Burtcast I don't know, a year ago or something like that. Like just right when the pandemic started, I think. And it was like he was just about to start a show where he would ask like famous people, and I think it was in Britain, he would ask famous people, what's your favorite meal? Like what would be your last meal if you could have a last meal? And he and then he would fly around the world to find like, so if say they had 5 things in that meal, like lasagna with this side and this side, I might be, this is just how he explained it in my head. That's what I'm remembering him explaining.
Ad libbing that you're doing right now.
It's not ad libbing. I'm just trying to remember what he said.
No, I like it.
But basically he would go to a different part of the world and find whoever made that side dish the best and then use that recipe to do it. So he'd build the perfect meal from all over the world and then serve it to this famous person.
Each single piece of it was the best you could possibly do.
Yes. That's what he was trying to do. Like if he found out like the guy like part of the meal was steak and Brussels sprouts, he would do research and find out what is the highest rated Brussels sprouts, wherever. He would go find out how to make it, film it, and then bring the recipe back or whatever and then make it or something like that. I think that's what it was. But anyway, it was a cool concept. I don't know if it's out or not, but I would definitely like to watch it if it is. But Adam Richman, going back to that, Adam Richman is your hall pass or whatever you want to call it.
Probably, yes. That I feel like is a conversation starter that is underused. What is your last meal? I want to start asking people like, what would your last meal be?
What's yours?
I don't know. I really don't know. It would be a great steak and I'd have to think about what the sides would be.
Steak.
Yeah. I feel like I'm doing you a disservice. I haven't asked you who your hall pass is. I haven't asked you your last meal. Slacking.
Hall pass. What's your best friend's name? What's it?
The redheaded one?
Yeah. No, hall pass. Somebody famous. Man, I don't know. I think I might have talked about this before. There's just so many unbelievably good-looking people, like girls. Like
even if you go down Instagram, it's just like,
I follow 15 girls that would, like, you could put them up against Angelina Jolie, Jennifer Aniston, anybody, and I'd just be like, oh yeah, well them too, you know. So it's so hard for a guy to say I'll pass. Like, I mean, just any hot Instagram girl.
Big butt, please.
But honestly, when they're but if they're more of a personality, you know, if you're just looking at hot pictures of them, it's just hot pictures. But if they're more of a personality and they're always like on camera talking and you're like, oh man, this girl's so cool, then I think there's a little bit more attraction, and it would be like, oh yeah, that definitely that girl.
I see.
You know, because it makes it, you know, it makes it hotter when somebody is, you know, maybe likes the same things that you like, or you know, that type of thing. So I don't know. I wish I could answer that. Back in the day, if you asked me this, it would come out. It couldn't come out of my mouth fast enough. Would be Kathy Ireland.
What?
Yeah, I loved Kathy Ireland. I've never heard
you say that.
Oh my God. Her and Gabrielle Reese. She was the beach volleyball player. I met her when I was in like 7th grade. Yep. Because my mom took me and all like my guy friends in like middle school to like this beach volleyball Nike sponsored
that's really cute. Your mom would do that. That's
I think I still have her autograph, and I remember going up and getting her autograph, and she's like, you know, you're tall. I like tall girls. My first high school sweetheart was tall. You were tall. I just like tall. And she was like 6 foot. I mean, she might be taller than 6 foot. I don't know, but just to me, she just these long legs, and I'm fairly certain she was in Playboy. I hope I'm remembering this right, but she was in some magazine naked or semi-naked, and I couldn't get it fast enough, you know. Yeah, so her, Kathy Ireland, those are my go-to. Oh man,
that's so great. I dig it.
Kathy Ireland was in a movie called Allergies.
Yes.
Kathy Ireland was in a movie called Necessary Roughness. Yeah, I think it was called Necessary Roughness, where she played a college football kicker. She was a soccer player. She played a kicker.
Yes.
Oh my God, she's such a babe. Such a babe.
She was a babe.
Yep.
Yeah, there's so much to say.
Who's your old school dude? I know you were. I remember you telling me you were attracted to Demi Moore and striptease.
I was very.
Yeah.
And then old school beyond that was probably like Dean Cain when I was
Superman?
like really young. Mm-hmm.
No way.
Superman. Clark Kent also. Same seas.
Is that who Superman is? Thank you. Clark. Really?
I love it. When you talk about liking taller women, I can't stop thinking about Ron Swanson. He's like, when he goes to the strip club, that's like my favorite scene of Parks and Rec ever. Ron Swanson.
Ron Swanson. I thought for a second I thought Ron Burgundy, but yeah, Ron Swanson. Yes.
I like a woman at the top of her game.
Salt of the earth.
Salt of the earth.
Cheryl Swoops is, and there's Steffi Graffs. But I will take a free breakfast buffet anytime, any place. Parks and Rec comes highly recommended for us.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, recommended. True. We didn't give the recommendations, and we got called out on it. Like, yeah, somebody in the comments.
I asked you for the links. I didn't think anyone actually
somebody
noticed.
Called out. It's like, I didn't get the recommendations. Every episode, we want to give some kind of recommendation, a non-sponsored product or something that we use. And we forgot it that last episode. So we did the first episode. First episode was a fresh. That's what I did, and that was for the cleaning your washer and your dishwasher. Second episode was a pellet grill for me, and you did yoga pants and
I think
the air fryer.
Air fryer, yes.
So episode 3 we forgot.
Tell
So
me
let's
my
do
business, Devil Man.
Yeah. So
I know what I'm about, son.
I know what I'm about, son. So you did the air fryer, but it was a Hamilton Beach air fryer. And I remember Hamilton Beach was going to be my episode 3. Hamilton Beach has this. So I was on, you know, I could probably burp out loud. I don't care. I'm just like trying to hold it in.
I feel like you can, yeah. I know I can feel my Oh, I think I got the PND. I got the PND pop.
So I was on like Gizmodo or one of those tech sites one day, and they were like, here's your best, here's all the best personal blenders. And I was on like a health kick. I'm like, yeah, I need it so I can make smoothies at work or whatever. And you go down this list, and like obviously number one is like some $400. I don't know if it was Ninja or something like that, but it was like that. You know, you put in. And even they like put a little note in the thing like, hey, we know number 2 doesn't seem like it should fit there, but trust us, it's worth it. It was this Hamilton Beach personal blender. It was $20. So the first one is like $400. The second one on their list was $20. And then 3, 4, 5, 6 were all like $200, $100, and went all the way down to the bottom. And I'm like, and they're like, just trust us on this, that this is the best personal blender on the market, obviously for the price. So for $20, you got the base and 2 cups that went on it. I still have this thing at work. I bought this 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. Motor hasn't died. It still chops up everything. Yeah. The cups are fine. There's nothing wrong about it. It's just a Hamilton Beach, like little mini personal blender. $20.
I dig it.
That thing is the shit. The shit.
When is the last time you made a smoothie at work?
That's not the point of this.
Irrelevant.
That's irrelevant to this conversation. I made them a lot, you know, and then when you're like, oh, I like big handsome men, I'm like, oh, I don't. Not just kidding. Trust me, I've used that thing so much, and it has not gone bad on me. So. That comes highly recommended, and I will come up with a second recommendation. Thank you very much. Do you have a recommendation?
No, I was purely curious about your smoothie consumption. Just wanted to know.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're going to shine a light on me. Excuse me, are you eating smoothies? They better be loaded with chocolate and fat.
Sneaking flaxseed? All that healthy fat.
What's what have you bought lately that is really, really good that you like?
I don't know. Give me a sec on this. Honestly, I would say it's kind of an old standby, but there are some. I feel like this might be polarizing. This might not be for everyone, but the dry roasted edamame. I feel like some people are gonna be like, that sounds disgusting. I don't want that.
Is that those ones in the red packets?
Yeah,
those are good.
It's a really like legit delicious snack. It's so filling and satisfying. You can take it anywhere. It doesn't taste like potato chips, but it's in the ballpark, sort of.
I think they taste like peanuts.
Yeah, they do taste like peanuts.
Yeah, like salted peanuts.
Yeah.
And they have the texture of them too.
Really, really.
They are really good for a healthy snack. Those are
good for you.
Really, really good. That's a good call. I like that. They
saved me at Disney World. They're just the kind of thing that you just have on you. And then when you get into a tough spot where you're starving Marvin, you're like, oh man, edamame, what's up?
Where do you think that came from, starving Marvin?
I don't know.
Like why Marvin? Is it just because it rhymes with starving?
I believe that one just rhymes. Yeah. I don't think it references like.
Yeah, because we do say Ready Freddy.
Yeah.
We changed it to Frederick though. Are you Fredericks that are ready?
Later, Gator. Yeah. We say anything that rhymes.
I'm starting to see the kids saying all that because we quote a lot of movies and TV shows. We even do it on here. Even when you quote something like from Ron Swanson, I'll just repeat it, and it'll sound like I'm repeating your joke, but we're just repeating like shit that we've heard in TV shows. But now I hear the kids. I heard our son today say, "Things are happening." And that's a Liz Lemon line, like straight.
We were building Legos, and he goes, "Things are happening" as he turned the page. And I was so proud.
Yeah, I hope they like that stuff when they get older. Like
I hope so too.
What did we? I can't wait to watch. It sounds so bad. I can't wait to watch Jackass with them. Jackass to me was my childhood, like my late teens, like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And I've never laughed so hard. And I know those two are going to laugh their asses off when they watch it. And I just can't wait to show it to them.
Yes. Yeah. Our son is going to freak out. They're both going to love it.
Yeah. Even TV shows. Like, are they going to watch 30 Rock, Arrested Development, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Veep, all those shows that we love, like, Cobra Kai.
I hope they do. And I'm obsessed with Cobra Kai.
I'm still trying to figure out. They said they're shooting in Duluth. I swear I saw some comment somewhere that they're shooting in Duluth. Like, what part of the story could happen where they're shooting in Duluth?
I don't know. I don't think I get it. Where is it going?
Oh my God, the suspense.
Is the whole next season going to be like the tournament? Because it ended right before the tournament. I don't even know.
Jesus Christ.
No spoilers.
Spoiler alert. I mean, the holy, come on. Don't, people have to see it.
I'm so sorry, everyone. Yeah, I love it. I know. They're so, anyways, I won't talk about our kids too much, but they're so, it's such an interesting and fun age where they're into everything and like asking questions about everything.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
You can talk about our kids. You have older people on your, that you're like,
know. Our friend,
according to your, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Our friend that came over that works in finance tonight that wanted us to produce a video for her, our son was asking what type of video we're making. And they're kind of proud, I think, that we work on videos, and it's super, super interesting to them. They like want to come in my studio. They want to ask about things.
Just don't tell your elementary school teachers.
Just don't
What does mommy do?
Mommy makes videos late at night. That's all I know.
No, that's all right. What did so what did he say?
Oh, he was just asking what it was, what we're doing, and I kind of said like, oh, like Daddy's setting up the video, Mom's gonna do the sound, and they were proud and excited. And I said our friend sells things to people to make them more money, which is the best way I could think to explain finance. Probably not the best way. And our son was like, oh, that's why she's rich. And we just had a conversation about like how hard you have to work to have the things that you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's cool.
I bug you so much during this thing about, because I'm like, I cannot stop focusing. So when you were telling that story, you're looking this way, and I just think your voice is going this way, and not.
I feel like I'm just like choking on it. I feel like I'm like.
That's what she said.
I feel like it's too much.
Now it looks good. Your voice, you got to understand, like, especially when I'm at, your voice is so soft, and my dumb oafish voice is so like bleh, that I overpower you, and I have to like boost that up so much.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, everyone. I want to talk right to you. And now I shall.
Even when you lean closer, you went softer, like it was ASMR. It's like in your blood. You're like,
oh, whatever.
Oh man. So what's I don't know, what's the plans going forward? It seemed like just ASMR channel wise, I know you're always like, oh, what should I do next? People are getting bored with this. It's that stress of a creator of like, do you do the same things that people like that they come to you for, or do you try something different? Because like today you had the like POV video, point of view video out, and you tried something different. It seemed like people liked it.
Yeah.
Are you going to try like a whole bunch of different things, or now are you going to kind of?
I think so. I have a big sponsorship that I'm working on that would be a month of videos.
Oh, really? Can you announce it or no? Not yet.
Oh, no, I don't think yet. But it's kind of interesting because it's a product that I love. It's something that I enjoy personally.
Has to do with reading, right?
Has to do with reading. And so I'm kind of excited to not be making my own decisions, but just for once, because I rarely do this, to try to, I feel like this is going to sound so dumb, but like mesh what seems appropriate and tingly to me with what is going to best serve a brand. That was dumb. I don't know.
What are you excited about? Trying. Hold on, wait. What you're trying to do is you're trying to come up with a different way to explain your feeling when there's an easier way to explain what you're feeling.
There's a more simple way to
what are you feeling?
To express this. No, it's nice. Sometimes you feel lost if you only are working on your own idea and you don't get any feedback on it. You don't know until it goes out to people if it's good or it's total crap. So it's going to be fun and interesting to have somebody else in on the process giving input, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. And to have an opportunity to be like, oh, I've had this video idea, but it never played or it never worked before. But now I have a product to go with it and I can create something different.
Do you think it's... We were just talking about who's the girl from Boy Meets World that she does porn now?
Maitland Ward. I love her.
Yeah. I watched Boy Meets World. I just don't remember it. Like, she was like a best friend of Topanga or no?
I don't remember Boy Meets World, so
oh, okay. Yeah, really that was more my generation.
I know it was a thing that existed.
There's a sports writer in Las Vegas that I follow. I think his name's Adam Hill. He actually, I know his name's Adam Hill. Why I say I think his name's Adam Hill, but I think he's a Boy Meets World expert. I might have to DM him and ask him.
I've seen like when people write about her, they'll add like a screen grab from the show or something. Yeah. And she looks different than she did.
I got you.
She kind of had her hair cropped.
Yeah, she's a redhead girl. But okay, back to that. But she just announced, like, I mean, because she basically went from, she was an actor, and I don't know if she did any acting after that, but she's a just full blown porn star now.
She did. She like continued to act in LA and was just like a straight normal.
Now she makes 6 figures a month on OnlyFans. Actress. I just saw that headline. She makes 6 figures a month on OnlyFans.
She made. Shoot, I forget what it was. I'm totally like flubbing.
Drink some more wine.
I know it's not helping me come up with my words. I'm not wording very good. No, she just signed one of the biggest contracts there's ever been with like Vixen.
Oh, like, okay, she's huge because she's very famous.
42, within a year, she's become like, she's won all these awards. She's like one of the highest paid actresses. Like,
that's
she's
awesome.
Literally crushing it in the porn world.
She just got, like you were just telling me, she just got like kind of like a mainstream gig though.
Yeah, which is awesome. Headlining like a mainstream show again. So I know I texted to you and I was like, that's awesome. I bet she's psyched that you can do both.
Yeah, to me, that was a big thing. Like, there's a lot of girls that push, like, you know, when somebody has a thing. I don't know how to explain it because as I'm getting further and further down my Wheatley and LaCroix. I can't tell
if we're doing a good job or not.
I don't know. We'll find like out when it's over. I don't know. No, when somebody has like a thing that they always promoting, like when you know if somebody's kid has a peanut allergy, that that's all they'll post about is peanut allergies or peanut awareness and peanut and. It goes the same for like sex workers. There's people that are just our sex workers and do it, and then there's people that announce it and we're people too, and everything they're saying is correct. With so I'm just curious of like all that stuff is kind of, if it's working, because those sex workers that are like, we deserve sponsorships too, which I do think they deserve sponsorships because I think just like 90% of people out there, they all watch porn, they all jerk off, but then they all try to have this high and mighty, like, I don't do that. Like, yes, you do. Shut up.
I don't think it's 90%. Do you really think that?
I think it's like 100, close to 100%.
You don't.
I think everybody's a freak out there. I think even the most conservative, like turtleneck girls that you are mom friends with and shit like that, I think they're so oppressed that they have to run to a corner and search whatever they're searching BHM or doing.
I know girls, I swear to you, I'm pretty sure they masturbate to The Bachelor. Like the most racy thing that they ever consume is The Bachelor.
They masturbate
They hide in their bedroom to watch it with a glass of wine. They're embarrassed that they watch it.
Yeah, but that's still a thing.
Or maybe they don't masturbate. I don't know. I know people that I think are not.
That's insane.
You
are insane.
Are so oppressed.
Nope.
I'm not saying there are guys that don't masturbate, but there are girls that don't masturbate. No, I know it. I'm going to say it. There are super, super, not religious. I don't know what has happened to them, but there are guys that are made to feel that that's not okay. And they am I wrong? Like, it's rare. Dude, you live deep in the suburbs just like I do. I can't believe you don't see people that you believe.
There's zero chance.
Don't touch their
There's
PDA.
zero chance. Like, okay, I said 90%. Okay, so say there's 10% of girls that don't masturbate, but
yeah. I'm not saying there's 10% of guys that don't masturbate. I'm saying there's 1% of guys that don't masturbate.
Just get a drink in them. And any of these people, and they will tell you something. They'll tell you like, I don't tell other people, but I like to be tickled in my feet. Or they'll say something.
I like when my wife wears her fuzzy bathrobe.
Yeah.
She's like a big teddy bear.
I want to fuck a teddy bear. Oh my God, did I just say that? You know, like, no, to me, I look at everybody as everybody has that secret, right? This person is a furry. This person likes feet. This person murdered somebody. No, but everybody has that secret, especially sexually. And for a sex worker, quote unquote, like somebody has an OnlyFans or somebody that's made a porn or whatever, to be like, oh, you can't sell Tide, you know, like, oh, what, your fucking company is so great that you can't, I can't tell people this is what you could clean your clothes with. You know what I mean? Like, they're probably pumping chemicals into people's water systems everywhere and stuff like this. But God forbid a girl that shows her tits can't say, hey, buy Tide. You know what I mean? Like, because everybody's so like over the top, like, oh my God. Like,
it's not on brand.
I'm so offended. Like anything offended, offense or not, that just doesn't mean anything to me. And maybe I'm just weird. Like, I don't think I've ever been offended.
Yeah.
Like
I've never been offended either.
Like you can't you could say anything about my family as long as you don't hurt my family. If you're going to try to hurt my family, like physically, like if somebody came up to you or whatever, then it's like, then I'm extremely more than offended. And then I'll do whatever I can to protect my family. But if it's just like, you know, your wife's a slut, I don't like it. But I would never be like, oh, I'm offended. I'm offended by this. I'm offended. Like that to me, I just don't have that feeling like, okay, you're allowed to be offended. Oh, she's hit.
Oh, lady.
Daisy. That was a big snore.
To go to bed.
I
feel the same. I love comedy. You love comedy.
Yeah.
I've never heard ever, and we consume so much. I've never heard a stand-up comedian or a joke where I'm like, ooh, that's a bit far, or that's too soon.
Yeah.
Like,
I've heard a joke, like Louis C.K. did a joke, not to go too deep into what joke it was or whatever, but he did a joke and I laughed at it. I was like, oh, it's great. And then come to find out that it was like somebody in my family had something that he joked about. And now when I hear the joke, it's more kind of like triggering to the fact that like it makes me think about that person in my family that has this, so I don't laugh at it as much. But I would never like ever even think of a
tweet out like that he should be canceled.
You can't tell that joke. Like he absolutely can tell that joke, and it is a funny joke until it has something to do with you.
Yeah,
Dave Chappelle says that every joke is funny until it's about you. It's simple as that. So you just got to kind of be like, you know, they talk about being woke. You just have to be woke enough to know that, hey, not every joke is going to be funny because it's going to be something that kind of like affects you or triggers you, but just fucking get over it. Just get over it and move on. Just know that 98% of the people found that joke funny, and you're just in the other 2%, and you'll find the next joke funny. But then there's going to be 2% of people that don't find that funny. But if you want comedy to be around, then you're just going to have to deal with that. You know what I mean?
Or maybe comedy's not for you if every other joke is just
I feel so bad for if comedy's not for somebody. That's insane.
You hear about people walking out of shows and stuff, and for some people it's not fair. It's the people that don't masturbate primarily. It's the 2% of the population.
Kid, how old were you when you first masturbated?
To hear like what people think. Like, do people believe with me that there are, or does if
you've made it this far in the podcast, leave it in the comment section on YouTube.
I would love to know.
What you think the percentage of people that are freaks or master.
I feel the same as you. I'm sure you know I do. Like that, I think everyone has a secret, or everyone has a little like something interesting about them, at least, even if they don't let their freak flag fly. But I love hearing about people. Like, literally, I could spend. Honestly, my dream job is probably being a therapist, which I was a therapist for some years. Yes. I could listen all day to people talk about themselves. I love hearing what's in someone's mind. Because you never get to know. Yeah. You're only in your own mind. You have no idea. Like, I can barely guess what your perspective is.
We glossed over this because people are probably pissed. Listen to when was the first time you masturbated?
Oh, sorry. Oh, Poochie Pup.
Quick get distracted by the dog.
I don't know.
When was the first time you masturbated?
Like 15, maybe.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I had a vibrator that I didn't take with me when I was an exchange student in Switzerland at 16. And once a week, my family would go swimming. For whatever reason, I wouldn't go. I think it was because it was my only chance to be like alone in the home. My host family that I stayed with, and I would use the shower head to masturbate because it was my only recourse. It was my only option.
Was it a constant blast or was it like a...
Yeah, it would have to be a constant blast.
Really?
I think, yeah.
No way.
Sorry, everyone.
Who bought you your first vibrator?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
It must have been me.
Really?
Yeah.
You're like, at that time, when do you just got to go to the store? Yeah.
I think you go to like a Sharper Image and you buy like
a back massager.
Shiatsu.
There's just a row of 16-year-old girls in Sharper Image buying the...
It says it's for tension.
Wow, there's a lot of stressed out.
For her release.
Oh, shit.
Oh, goodness. Oh, when was the first time you masturbated?
Man. I don't know the age. It had to be like 12?
Like as soon as it was like available, as soon as it was an option. I don't know.
I guess.
Whenever you become aware.
Yeah, whenever you become aware of it, I guess. Mm-hmm. I think with guys, you just kind of like, then all of a sudden you touch it and you're like, oh, that feels kind of good. Let me just keep on doing that. Can you imagine a caveman the first time they get a phone? They're just like,
no.
All right. And then all of a sudden there's like, then they start feeling something. There's like, oh, something's about to happen. That's kind of crazy. But yeah,
it was kind of crazy.
Yeah, I remember, I think my dad would have some porn around,
And you could like sneak it. And then
did your parents have porn?
No, I feel like I don't want to talk about this.
You got it now.
I will not. I do remember putting away groceries and there would just be like a box of condoms. And I was just like, all right, you can put away your own condoms before your daughter puts away the groceries.
Oh, that's so great. That's so great. How old were you at that point?
I don't even know. Old enough that I was like aware, probably like 13.
Really?
I learned about sex so late, I feel. I vividly remember someone telling me like on the playground at school, but it was like middle school, like playground.
What they told
me like the wrong thing. And then like a couple years later, I was like, oh, that's not what happens. Like my
what
friend
they tell
Lindsay,
you? Like, how do you tell the wrong thing?
My friend Lindsay told me like what happens, but her version was, I think it was just like rubbing together. And then I remember being like, my world like stood on end when I realized like, oh, it inserts.
Did you, what was your first sexual experience? Was it like, was it of the oral or was it of the I'm trying to clean it up, or the vaginal thing?
This is explicit. I shall mark it that way. It was vaginal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was 17, like almost 18.
Slut. No, just kidding. Was it good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it. I wanted to do it again right away.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at you.
I really liked it. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
First time.
Who is he?
Who is he?
Do you still talk to him?
No, I don't.
Should this be the other? No, too many people sponsor this So it's not really like the fit vine.
Legitimately, you love that.
I love fit vine. I never used to drink wine, and then I found this. Now when I drink normal wine, like when somebody orders a nice bottle at like a dinner, it tastes so sugary to me. And I'm like, I just want my fit vine, $12.99 or whatever it might be.
It's so funny to me that you've done such a reversal, because for like 12 years that I knew you, you only drank beer and whiskey exclusively. And then
I aged.
Somehow you aged.
I couldn't handle
then you
it
needed
anymore.
hydration.
Yeah.
And
Let's run vodka soda, vodka LaCroix, wine. I still love a beer. If like an ice cold beer after like something, like it goes down faster than water. But yeah, just if you're just constantly beer, then whiskey every like third beer, you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, your lips are all stuck together, and it's just everything about it is just so bad. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think? You ready to get to bed?
Yeah, go to bed.
Man.
There's so much more to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what? Oh, you know what I was supposed to, every time I think about it, I wanted to do I'm going to set it up. I'm going to produce it. So we keep teasing people. I want you to guess, some ASMR artists. Like I want to like just, get the portion of the video where they're talking like in a ASMR way, and see if you can guess who it is, based on the way they do things or whatever.
I like it.
Yeah. And we don't have time to do that. I had kind of things set up, but I'll do it a little bit better where I can set it up to where you put the headphones in, because I don't think we can play their actual videos on here.
I don't know. I feel
it's like copyright strike stuff.
Yeah. I feel like when you add your own content on top of something, you just can't blatantly re-show someone's content, but you can put a twist on
I listen to a lot of comedians podcasts, and every time they want to watch like a funny video, they always listen to it in their headsets. They're never like play it on the actual thing, which would kind of be something similar to what we're doing.
You never see the visual of it, or you do see the visual of it?
There's some videos where they show the visual of it, but it's slim.
Interesting.
Because they have such big this podcast is not monetized or anything like this. You're just doing this to kind of show a different side of you, because
I just want you to talk to me for an hour every other week.
I knew it. Trying to get me to talk to you, motherfucker.
Done. Out of here.
Because there are a lot of people. You get a lot of comments like, oh my god, this is a different side of you. I didn't know this is what it was. Because we've talked about that before, about a lot of people just kind of just see a girl or whatever, and it's like, whore. Ooh.
The whore.
Yeah, and then they just get all pissy, and they're like, you're such a bitch, and all that kind of stuff. And
that's all right.
You're not a bitch, though. You're not even close to a bitch.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm really not. I'm actually quite nice.
Way to brag.
I know,
Obviously
sorry.
not very
not very humble. But that's like my only quality is I'm nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not your only quality, but you are very nice and you're polite, and you're polite to everybody. You keep me in check. Like I'm like overly polite to strangers, but then I like get into like a where I might be getting a little lippy, a little mouthy, and you like kind of pull me back. Don't do that. You don't know what kind of day they're having, or that kind of song. Okay.
Just because they said it. I don't need you to.
Oh man,
bark at them.
But no, you have much more.
You're gonna say something.
Better qualities than that. I think.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So how? Okay, this is dumb.
No, it's not dumb.
How, if you can't show someone else's content, do people do reaction videos that are monetized? Know what I mean?
Good call. I don't know.
There are reaction streams and videos. That's a whole genre.
Yeah, no, you're right. I have no clue. I don't like. There's those 2 girls, 1 cups reaction video, and I wonder if those 2 girls sue. Like, that's our music in the background.
They're very litigious.
Yeah, they're very litigious individuals. Yeah, I don't know. I just know some of the bigger podcasts, like I think they're so afraid of being demonetized because they make so much money off of them that they're just, they don't even want to deal with it because sometimes the algorithm picks up something. And
I wonder if people know, this might only be interesting to me, but YouTube just started doing copyright checks before you even publish your video, before you can publish it.
I saw that
just a couple weeks ago.
Don't they do advertising? I don't think people, like, there's so many comments of like the angry guys like, oh yeah, get your money with your tits, and oh yeah, your YouTube money and your YouTube money. And then I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, she doesn't monetize her channel. Like your channel hasn't been monetized since what, November, right?
Yeah.
But not on
by
YouTube.
Choice,
by choice, you did it.
Yeah.
You just stopped it. You're just like, hey, because you were tired of dealing with, of trying to like not work around their algorithm, but like, any little thing, like the. There's a video of you like in an MTV shirt. It's not even like a boob shirt or anything. And you're like reading a book and they demonetized it. And so you got to think like, okay, what did I do in that video?
It's like the most covered. It's one of the most like.
Because they don't the thing is that gets you so upset is like they don't tell you why your video is being demonetized. They like broadly tell you, but you're just like, oh, was there an incorrect tag? It was in this. They
said that one was sexual content. And there's not an inch of skin showing on me. Like but anywho, yeah, and it's stressful to constantly. It saved me like a lot of brain space. Not constantly following up on the video, because usually you publish it and either it gets demonetized within an hour or it gets demonetized in the middle of the night, and then that messes you up. That's bad for views. It screws up the views. But your views have been up since the algorithm. That's a little secret. Well, should we let it on? Like your views have been way up since you turned off monetization. Someone gave me that tip. I won't say who, but a really nice friend who's always like. Yeah, we've always kind of given each other tips if we had anything to give. Yeah, because when a video is green, monetized, and it goes yellow, and then you have to review it, and then it goes back to green if they say it's good or whatever. But even when that turns yellow, it's like views tanks. They totally stop recommending it. Yeah. So
if you just I don't know. I don't think you're giving away a dirty secret or anything like that. No. I guess to help YouTube creators, if your goal is not to make money on YouTube and you can make money other places like you do, turn off monetization. Yeah. No diggity, no doubt. No diggity, no doubt.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm sure things change so much within YouTube and in the algorithm. I'm sure that will change again. I think that's a recent circumstance of them. You're right. Because they announced a few months ago. Oop, the camera just shut off. Oh no.
Did it run out of space?
I thought that one was pretty full. I thought that was like, I don't know, 100 minutes. Well, no more.
Well, we got those two going. So just talk to that camera. We'll sign off right now because we've been going on a long time. Me, We'll continue. Yep. We'll continue doing that next time, and let's go finish these glasses of wine. Yep. Upstairs.
Thank you for watching, guys.
If you made it this far.
Thank
you so much.
You are awesome.
All right. Yep. Well, till next time.
Go out there, masturbate, don't masturbate. Tell me what percentage of people you think do. I'm going to go 95% of people do.
Okay. I thought you were going lower than that.
Lower?
I thought you said
no. I'm like 1 to 2% maybe. Don't. Okay. Right. But I think if you pull in the world population, more people don't. I don't know.
Because they don't have fingers.
No.
All right, we gotta go. We gotta go. You gotta go.
All right. Good night, everyone.
All right. Good night.